Hey guys, this is Divyansh, and so this is the very first video of a series of videos that I'm going to make on writing and publishing, sharing my experiences and the things that I've learned so far about the publishing industry of India, about writing and everything in between. So the very first video is going to be about how do you start writing a novel. And all the aspiring authors out there, all the struggling authors out there, they have looked this up on Google a lot of times about how do you actually start writing a book. It is very easy. You just have to open a Word document and you just have to start typing, right? But when you actually sit down and start writing it, there are n number of problems that are going to come. The first thing which you have to assure yourself of is your concept, your story. Is it a love story, an epic fantasy, a thriller, a crime thriller, mystery, anything, okay? When you're sure with your story, when you have some basic idea as to what the story is going to be, then I'm going to give you guys two techniques and one little tip about how you should progress writing your book. I use these things all the time, and I would definitely recommend you guys to follow the same. The first thing that you should do is you should start writing a prologue. Just write 3 or 4 pages, a cold opening, which is probably not even related in a major way with your plot, but it gets you in the flow of writing. It sets the mood, the tone of your story, right? So it's the same case with me. I always start all of my novels by first writing a 3 or 4 page prologue, which is going to be either a battle scene or an action sequence. I like those big explosive openings, lots of action happening, bloodshed, bullets going through and forth, battle scenes, sword battles, armies clashing, elephants stamping, all that stuff. It creates a mood also, it gets you excited about your story also, and for a new reader, it's straight away you're making them, you're throwing them into a new universe, and the results are always amazing. At least it has been for me. When you're done writing your prologue, you should always go for either one of the two approaches. The first approach is the mechanical approach. Open an Excel sheet, jot everything down, plan everything out, write your chapters, what's going to happen in chapter 1, what's going to happen in chapter 2, chapter 3, write brief summaries. So, and especially I think for the novice authors or the guys who are just starting out, I would recommend you guys to follow this step, because one, it helps you chart out your entire story from front to the end. Secondly, it gives you that clarity as to what and how much are you going to write in a single chapter and how you're going to progress with the story. I'm going to put up a photo or two of my own Excel sheets about when I started writing out. I started out writing an epic fantasy novel, and I broke everything down in very, very minute details. J.K. Rowling also adopted the same approach, and I think many, many big authors follow this approach. So it's very safe, it's very meticulous, and it's very clean and neat. The second approach, and this is, for me, it's the best one, because when I'm writing thrillers, I don't want to know beforehand what's going to happen afterwards. So I make up the story as I go along. So if I'm on chapter 1, I know what's going to happen till chapter number 3. But after that, even I don't know what will happen. So it helps creating all those plot twists, the sudden movements, right? So your characters, your story, that becomes your journey too. You put yourself in your reader's shoes and you walk along the same path, right? So when I was writing Gangs of Bombay or Secret of the Himalayan Treasure, I know the 2 or 3 major action pieces that are going to happen in between. I know how I have to start. I know what might be the end, but I don't know how I'm going to go over there. So when you follow this approach, you say, you're writing a chapter 2, you have figured out stuff what's going to happen in chapter 4. Chapter 6, chapter 8, chapter 10, you have no idea. And it keeps things interesting, and it helps you write very quickly, because even you want to discover how you're going to take your story ahead, right? So these are the 2 approaches, and you can obviously Google to find some other methods, but I would suggest you guys to stick on one or the 2. In the first one, it's very clean, it's meticulous, but it is boring. In the second approach, it is more fun, more exciting, but there are going to be times where you're going to find yourself stuck somewhere, and you'll have to move back a couple of chapters, re-edit stuff out, rewrite a lot. So it's about what comforts you, what kind of story you are approaching. For epic fantasies or love stories, I would recommend the first approach because you need to plan things out. For thrillers, suspense novels, where you need speed, you need the pace, you need plot twists and everything, follow the second approach. So hope this video helped you. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos about various topics. DM your queries to me, mail them to me. I'm gonna make more videos on writing, publishing, using social media marketing for your novels, writing on Quora, stuff like that. So hope to see you guys around. Bye.